I am back, and we're going to be talking about SafeMoon Dev, what people have been just kind of discussing in the community, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on this as well. I just want to start off by saying thank you guys so much. For those of you that don't know, I lost my mom about a week ago in a very, very, very traumatic way, and I needed to take a break. So I haven't been uploading any videos, and I haven't replied because I've had to handle my own grievances, and I had to go see my family, and it's a huge mess. This is not a normal situation by any means, and I'm not going to go into details in this video on it, but just person to person, I want you guys to understand and know that I needed that. I really did. I'm sorry I'm crying. It meant so much to me. I really wasn't expecting that many people with everything. And I just want you guys to realize and know that no matter what happens with this stuff with SafeMoon, at the end of the day, it's just money. It's not important. We use it for different things in our life, sure, but when there are people that you actually really do care about, and when they're gone, that overwhelming feeling really puts it into perspective that all this stuff, it doesn't really mean anything. If you had the choice between the two, I think most people would say, hey, the person that I really care for, I would rather have them. And that's me. I'd rather have my mom. And I've had faith. If you guys have watched my videos in the past with this stuff, I've had faith in SafeMoon. I've had faith in the team. And I've done a lot of extensive research. And it seems like every other day, actually, you know what? No. It seems like every day there's some new FUD, which is fear, uncertainty, and doubt that comes up. And so I've been trying to get caught back up with everything. I've been pretty much off the radar. Like, I had to go up in the forest in the middle of nowhere, and I'm waking up early and going to bed very late and just very tired, and I a lot of crying. I can't stop crying. And so looking at this with SafeMoon Dev, from my understanding, people are kind of in a position where we're like, hey, what is it that he's doing? Supposedly he deleted his social medias, and I took a look over here on Reddit, and John, who's the CEO for SafeMoon, he said, no, SafeMoon Dev did not keep tokens for himself, and yes, he has not been involved since around early April/late March. Another item, there is a lot of stuff going around. I cannot comment publicly regarding those matters. What I will say is those who remain share the same commitment to SafeMoon, and I've remained. I've got money that's invested in this. I'm not going to tell you guys how much, but I dropped positions that I have significantly in Bitcoin, which that was my safe zone space, just so you guys understand. And I moved a lot of that money over to SafeMoon because I keep learning more. I've done a lot of transactions, and I personally believe in this. This is not financial advice. As I always say, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinion. It's my own research. I encourage you guys to do research, and you should apply that with everything. He also said, what I will say is those who remain share the same commitment to SafeMoon. If a member of the company does not share the same commitment, the matter will be handled internally. So we know a couple people had recently left the SafeMoon team, right? This might be insinuating to that. Could mean something else. But I think John is handling this very well. He's doing a lot of statements and trying to avoid drama. People might say that he's not being clear enough with things. There are legalities with stuff. Some people might be upset because of how he's hyped things. But you know what? He's taking care of it. He's taking care of it, and I think he's proving to be a good leader, and I think he's learning some key things as this is moving forward. And the fact that it's happening in these early stages and everything is still holding up and the wallet came out, it's a lot of good promising things. As far as for the social medias, if he wants his privacy, he can have his privacy. If it's a matter of that, then it's just that simple. As far as for his privacy before, we knew in the early days that he was concerned because of stuff with his family and everything. So that's his own right. But SafeMoon is a registered LLC in the United States, in Utah. It is moving forward. There's a lot of things that are showing that this provides more value of trust than a lot of the other cryptocurrency projects. And that's one of the big reasons why I value this so much. I pulled this up on the side. I was actually trying to look at something on that, but I do apologize. So as you guys can see here, there's a lot of transactions that went over. There was one from the deployer address. That was 1 trillion SafeMoon. And these increments here are basically, it's like 45, 45, 45, 45, 45. And I saw somebody in Discord, they said, well, don't you guys, is it weird? They're asking a question, is like, is it weird to you guys that we're seeing 45 billion across the board with these things? And that's what we saw previously with another wallet address. And I don't think so. And the reason for that is you have a transaction fee. And with that transaction fee, if you start with 50 billion, for example, and you apply 10%, 10% of 50 is 5. So you subtract 5 from 50, and that's 45. And 50 seems like a nice, even rounded incremental level, not doing everything all at once. This could be also for different individuals. And, I don't think it's really that crazy that we see 45 from knowing the fact that it stems from 50. If you did larger amounts, it could have a more dramatic impact on the price, or also known what is slippage. Oh, yeah, I was looking at that. I might talk about another video with that. I'm trying to kind of ease back into this just so you guys are aware, but I'm going to be doing what I can to trying to be positive and finding moments. It's just, I hope you guys understand things are a bit hard right now for me. And people also could look at this and say, hey, look, the price dropped down today, and in comparison to the rest of the market, most things are up. You can see Bitcoin and Ethereum and other things. I meant to move my webcam, but that still works. So you can see most things are technically up, just barely, and SafeMoon slightly down. And I don't really think it's that big of a deal. I mean, you can change your perspective view on this. With where we are right now, just look at where it was at the bottom on September 12th. That wasn't even a week ago. So 6 days later, even after 3 days consecutively of sell-offs, it's still higher than it was before. And I'm not saying that it's not going to go further down. I mean, if I zoom out like this, you could argue and say, hey, look at how far down it went. Okay, but then I could also go over here and not show that and say, hey, look at how fast it shot up. If it did it once like that, maybe it'll shoot up again. It's just two sides of the same coin, and I'm more of an optimistic person with all of this because we have so many promising things to come out in the future, and we have that wallet that just dropped, so it adds more credibility with this stuff. If SafeMoon Dev wants to have his privacy, then, fine. As far as for payments of things, I also thought about it. Maybe it has to do with taxes. If, for example, if he donates to the address that then is designated by the company internally as for payments to the employees, potentially SafeMoon Dev gets the benefit of, I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not a tax guy. You guys let me know if you know more details on this or what your thoughts are. But maybe he could write it off or have a deduction in some sense personally as a donation. And then that company wallet address would have its own tax bracket and information of things because that's being used as for payments to the rest of the staff. That's just a theory that I have, but on paper, I think it makes sense. And then that way, then SafeMoon Dev isn't really being designated as an employer and having the specifications related to that. He created SafeMoon initially, and then the other team all kind of followed suit. So who knows for sure, except for the internal team, right? And yeah, I'm keeping my faith. I still believe. I haven't sold any SafeMoon. I've added to my positions. I've dollar cost average. I'm writing out and I'm getting the reflections. I like it. So I got referral links in the description. If you guys want to get free cryptocurrency or free stock, go check those out, guys. And again, thank you all so much for your continued support. I don't know how this video will do. I took that week off, and I've been nervous about coming back because of YouTube and if people just moving on. And this is my job now. Honestly, I just got to the point before where I was making enough money to be able to cover my rent, and this is my income. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I want to thank you guys. If you're new, feel free to subscribe. Would love for you guys to be a part of this community. And feel free to hit like. It helps out with the YouTube search algorithm. Feel free to share the video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.